You know you hypnotize me gun now when you're swinging them hips. Ain't no surprise, you're still flying high like all the time. You're lifting a ride, just watch as I shine. Let the baseline bumping like this. I walked up to the chorus like, excuse me, miss, could you help me for a second while I roll up this split? She took me up to her room and went down in my steps. She went down in my steps. She went down in my steps. This guitar sound makes out my night is drop to my knees, makes me feel right. And now we making out that night is how we break it down, creating all that high, creating all that high.
From the set, highly uncensored.
Hey, what's up?
What up, boys?
Good to see
Long
you,
time
boy.
seen earlier.
Long time.
Long time seen today.
Happy
How you guys
Thursday,
doing?
boys. One of my favorite days of the week right here because I get to chill
It
with you
is.
guys for like most of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were supposed to be live tonight too, but I don't think that
I don't think we are.
No,
I
I'm
think,
not sure.
I think we are.
Oh, we are?
Did you see a fucking thing?
I think we should be. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We should be. Okay. Well, we should be. But
Yeah,
are we?
should
we
be.
should be. but
Yeah,
I
we
don't
should
think-
be. Good to see everybody. If you guys are tuning in on YouTube, thank you. Welcome, everybody. We're also streaming live on Twitch right now. Shout out to Juddy for that re-up. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Let me get on
Shout out to everybody who's pulling up. We started ourselves a Rumble account as well,
rumbling.
friends. We're going to be streaming on Rumble and as well. Not today. Just we kind of had some technical difficulties right before we got in here, but we're going to be doing that in Kick. We're going to be doing some Kick
We're
too.
kicking it together.
Yeah.
Our big thing is we want to be able to be B2B in places that we're not
Accessible.
being discriminated against and hindered and suppressed. And unfortunately, if we don't edit the hell out of ourselves and censor ourselves, we always get age restricted, it seems. We're the few, the small, but the proud growers and wannabe showers, but it's hard to do that without getting restrictions. So being on other platforms could help. Maybe next week or the week after, actually, you guys will see us over on Rumble.
Does anybody in
So-
the chat use Rumble right now? I'd be interested
I
to know
don't.
if you use Rumble.
I don't.
I don't even
I
have an
don't. I
account.
haven't.
Never even seen what
Or
Rumble looks
Kick?
like.
I
Kick is
posted.
another.
Kick, I'm on Kick because of crypto degens, because I'm a crypto guy, and they'll stream on Kick like the wildest people will. They used to be on Pump Fund, but then once that got too crazy and they stopped the live streaming, they're like, all right, you degens, go over here where everything's legal.
I don't have a Kick account. I've strongly considered it. I do have a Rumble account. I've posted on Rumble. I think
That's
one
good.
video, a Pigeons Comes
That's
to
good.
Rumble video, and then that was it. And
Pigeons
then,
rumbling.
Yeah, just rumbling and tumbling, boy. Yeah. Shout out to the first time chatters I see over on Twitch, man. Danksky, good to see you, friend. And D Zimmer, welcome in. Welcome in.
Zimmer.
I'm gonna start off by smoking. What are you smoking with?
I'm smoking with the menthol.
Menthol. I asked you this, but I know the answer. But that's
I'm
good.
smoking good. I'm smoking the shit out of it though. Like I've got to smoke it before it cures. I smoke it all before it cures. One of my 3 bags, and this was the one I was like, I'll tap into. But it's so fucking tasty, dude. So tasty.
Yeah, that was
What
your
is it?
reason.
the menthol from Compound Genetics.
Oh, that's the name of it. Okay.
Yeah, it's jet fuel, or it's Gelato 45 crossed with jet fuel and white octane, I believe. It's just Flavor City. Flavor City, brothers.
Does it taste
Every
like
town.
menthol cigarettes at all?
Not at all, thank God. But it has that's what I used to smoke though, was menthols. But this has like the smell is almost like a Vicks vapor, the vapor rub shit, you know what I'm saying? Or like a Halls, but then it's got some gas and pine to it. It's very, very unique. I like
Mm.
it.
Mm. Mm. Tasty, tasty. I'm about to hit some donkey butter right now.
Okay, but
Yeah,
okay,
Mrs.
it's a donkey.
Donkey. Mrs. P packed it up for me yesterday. She grinded it up for before the show. And yeah, I've got like another bowl left after this. So
Nice,
bongs up.
nice,
What are you
nice.
smoking, Christopher?
Let's see. I got a variety. I don't know. What should I smoke? I've got
Oh my
some ice
God.
cream cake. Got some
Flex.
the
Flex.
hunt, and I've got some papaya syrup. I think I'll go after the papaya syrup. But yeah, still got these
Oh.
vape pens. These about Iron Bay hash.
Are
Is
you
that what it's
saving
called?
those
Iron
other
Bay
syrups?
hash? Iron Bay Genetics? Iron
Yeah.
Bay?
Iron Bay hash.
Einbay. So
Iron Bay. Just
Einbay is
Iron
the
Bay.
hash company, right? The extract company.
Yeah.
And then he works with Swank the Tank. So it's a
Swank
single
Genetics.
source. That's the
Dude.
beauty of it too. A lot of these companies, man, they'll get other people's extracts or other people's flour, and they'll blend stuff sometimes.
Unopened, boys. That's straight unopened 2 G's of straight GMO.
Why do you do
Mm.
that? Like, you got those
Mm.
delicious cookies that are sitting there. You got this delicious GMO sitting there.
I'm not opening it.
That's all I have left is like a booger.
Oh.
I got it in the other room. I cracked into it already too.
Dude,
I'm
I'm
so
not
good.
opening it.
Smells so
I'm not
fucking
opening
good.
it. I don't think I'm gonna open it.
You're gonna keep it forever.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to get another one and smoke that instead. I'm gonna keep one always for a rainy day. You know, someday wife and I are gonna celebrate 50 years together, and I'm gonna crack that open. You know, my boy's gonna graduate, and I'm gonna be like a fine wine, baby. I could do
Yeah,
it. Yeah, I could do it.
I
Good.
think some things like that can last, but that cookie
There's two
needs to
cookies.
be eaten.
There's 2 cookies.
2 cookies?
It'll never be eaten.
We could have split one of those in 3 ways, made a peace sign out of it, boys. Damn it.
Nope.
Damn it. I'm
Nope.
gonna get some just made for us. We need to just have some.
Yeah,
Every time
get
we
some
do a
more.
trip,
That's
we
it.
need like
That's it. We just need to
I
get
only
new
want
ones.
green M&Ms, white chocolate covered Oreos. You know, that's it. So, boys, we all are around the same cycle right now, but Chris harvested too. I harvested the menthol about 2 weeks ago. I dick teased people on X and I posted a picture. It was older. And I was like, when do you think I was gonna harvest this? I already harvested it. But mine is dry and being smoked now. Chris, where is yours at? That was a chill out, yes?
Chodo G
Your
asked for the
first
harvest yesterday,
TWC.
but due to scheduling issues, I guess you can say, I didn't get it done yesterday, so I still have it today. Day 57 of flower. I actually do have an update here. I can show you guys of what I've got. Really,
Please.
just flowering plants. I have a couple plants in veg, but figured I wouldn't bore you with some veg plants. Let's
Hit
get
us
into
with the flower.
flowering. How about that?
Let's
Do
do it.
Do it. All right, so first up is the Pungent Punch Cross with Chilled OG. Day 17 of flower. This one's in a 2-gallon container. Synthetic nutrients, running the Blue Planet nutrients, 2-part plus the CalMag, and then also Stash Blend on top of it. So looking pretty good so far. Long stretchiness to it. I don't know much about Pungent Punch, but the final result that Shadow from Shadowborn Genetics had showed me, it looked incredible. So I was super pumped when I first saw that, and I'm like, I got to get it in my garden. Got the guava root GMO. This thing is beasting out. I know you can't really tell by the camera here, but those stems are really thick, and I can't wait to see the monster buds that are going to be on that. I just have that in the corner there. That's in a 10-gallon living soil container. Started out with Craft Blend as the initial amending, and then did Kiss Organics nutrient pack. I had a cover crop in there, cut it down. Now it turned into a mulch layer. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's retaining that moisture. I've got the Eco Whip moisture meter in there. Everything is looking good. This ice cream cake fast, same thing, 10-gallon container. This one's kind of smaller. I should have done a little bit more training on it, but I didn't. And just going to kind of keep it. I've got the other plant in there that's just as tall. So as far as different heights and stuff, I'm not too concerned about it. This is only on day 3 of flowering, so just flipped over, and things are looking pretty good so far. Hopefully, get a little bit of stretch out of there. This Jealousy Fast is probably going to be the smallest one. Hope to get a little bit more stretch out of this one because it is smaller. See the eco wit meter right there. But real even canopy in there. I was gonna veg it for a little bit longer, but I'm like, you know what, forget it. I just want to flip everything at once. I don't care if this is gonna be a little bit smaller. The other plants are bigger, so what? Let's flip this over to flower and let's get something out of it. So those are just 4 plants. I also have a pepper plant there, which I didn't show, right? Shoved in the middle. Jalapenos looking good. This is the Chill It OG F3 generation, day 57 of flower. So I just filmed this morning. I'm gonna harvest it today. It's ready to go. It's real, mostly cloudy trichomes with a sprinkle of amber in there, and it just looks solid. Trichome developing all the way down, real dense bud structure. Um, first run in DWC, so there's some tip burn on there. It didn't senescence as much, probably due to me not cutting off newts as I should have, as early as I should have, I should say. But overall, man, really good result there. Really happy with that DWC grow and the hydro bucket. And it just reset back to the beginning there. So yeah,
Beautiful.
overall pretty good. I'll be harvesting. I'm going to harvest that Chill OG F3 today after this, and then I'll get it into the canitrol, and then it'll dry for 5 to 7 days or whatever, and then it'll just stay in there for storage as well. And then I usually like to crack into it a couple weeks after, at the minimum. I'll wait a couple weeks after drying, then I'll crack into it. If I can wait longer, sometimes I wait up to a month where I'm not cracking into, not consuming it at all until a month after drying. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold off that long for this one. I'm eager to get back into it.
Yeah,
So,
dude, I'm fucking a week after drying, I'm trying a little bit, like just a little, and especially because the vape Vana, I'm using that because you can vape it essentially, and the
oh
flavor's
yeah,
crazy different, man. With like that was something that Troy mentioned to me. He's like, "Have you ever tried a little bit earlier of bud?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Dude, vape it and try it." And I shit you not, man, it's like rosin. It tastes like rosin. It was just sharp. But letting it cure up better, of course, is ideal. I only grow genetics that are dank, I feel like at this point. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not, I don't they cure because I don't want to smoke it. It just sits. But it's like my curing is 2 weeks to a month, and then I start smoking. For me, for this batch, it was 2 weeks. But it's just like if you got the right kind of herb, some stuff really does need a long cure. Like that donuts triploid needed a good 3 months before it had some flavor behind it. And it still was mild to me. As where like everything else that I grow is just sharp. As soon as it's harvested and dry, it's like, holy fuck, that's dank. So you give it a good 2 weeks, 3 weeks to the point where it's like that it's got that internal moisture out of there. That's a big thing. Is if you're putting in the grinder and it turns to a putty or it's shitty, get a walk it because that'll work. That's what I've been using. But it makes it so you can't smoke a joint or a blunt. You can smoke things in a bowl or you could smoke it with a vaporizer, vape it. But the joint or the blunt is the best method for me to know if it's ready. Because if it's gonna be like going out constantly, the cherry is black and funky. At that point, it needs to cure more.
Good point.
Preference,
Good point.
just preference.
Preference, of course, of course. Yeah,
So I'm
trying to
gonna be
determine.
harvested more tomorrow. Actually, I was gonna do. My kids have been off of school every day this week. We had Martin Luther King Day, snow day, snow day, snow day, and it just won't stop. So probably snow day tomorrow. Unfortunately, love to have my kids home, but damn, I can't get nothing done. But yeah, my season clones, you wanna check them out?
See what you got, brother.
I don't have as elaborate as a setup as Chris with the text on the bottom and everything. I just did this. So these are done. It's crazy the color on looking on the back left is like a neon highlighter. That's the that Gorilla Glue. On the back far right, that's the Moby Dick. Closest to us in the center there, that black looking plant, brown looking plant, purple. That's the peanut butter breath, and then the far right Technicolor Dream Coat. That is the GMO cookies, and just funky, dank, stinky in there, man. That GMO is so GMO. The peanut butter is the definition of peanut butter breath to the T. The Moby Dick's spot on, and whatever the Gorilla Glue is not Gorilla Glue, but it's really good smoke. So I'm excited to be able to try these all out. Such a dramatic difference. These are all the Seedsman clones. So to see that they are working with a brand that has good phenotypes and good selection is huge, man, because these are really, really good. Like the terps on them are nuts. I'm excited.
That's sweet. Those are beautiful. I
Looks
love your
great,
colors.
man.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
It's nice. I said right before we went live, I was like, man, it's crazy how we all just have plants at the same time. And then you reminded me that it was because we planted these for the ACI highly educational channel, and we planted them at the same time, and we tried to determine, the better germination method.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it made a lot of sense.
Uncensored exclusive, had it been laid out how I laid out the series,
Yeah.
we would be
Yeah.
harvesting on the show right now,
Yeah.
but,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Right. No,
Yeah.
we didn't do that. So, anyways, yeah. But I
So
also
drying and curing
but
processes, though, all 3 of us are doing something different, it seems. So Canatrol Chris, that's what I'm gonna call him now.
Mhm.
Um, myself, I basically shut off my light, and I changed the parameters in my tent to 55, 50, or it was 50, 55 is what I did in mine. So and I was also trying to measure the dew point a little bit more, so I changed it. I started at 60 and I dropped it down to 55, and then by the end of it, my humidity was down to 50. And I was using a wood moisture meter. And so basically what I was trying to do is just dial this in. And this was a guy that I saw on YouTube or on Instagram, funny enough, Shark Mouse. A lot of people have their opinions, but the guy's got a lot of very good information. And he was breaking down how people may be curing incorrectly based on the logic of the 60-60 method. And there's science on both ends, but this being the dew point focus is a little different. I know in the Canatrol, they also focus on dew point, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It
I
still
think
says
they're
the
already
humidity, but dew points the focus.
I think that's the thought process is more people are starting to understand that the exterior of the bud is going to be dry versus the interior. So you want to be able to pull out that moisture evenly, but knowing that as you're drying it out, the exterior you're losing terpenes potentially because you're trying to pull out moisture at different rates of the plant. So it's kind of a tough thing I think for people who are not in a space that's stable and controlled. But using a grow tent for me, you have to sacrifice your grow a little bit. So I was, 8 days is what it took me to dry in there. And so it's 8 days of me not transitioning my plants into my perpetual system. So now I've got some that didn't get the training that they should have had and taken care of like they should have had. So I'm honestly going to just cut them, clone them, and kill them off just because I want to train them right. Can't
Good.
just throw them in the room.
Nope.
What
Nope.
up, Troy?
That doesn't work. Yeah. Sup, Troy? Sup, 420 things. See, Trent's got a garden.
Shout out to
Narrow
everybody in
tree.
chat, man, over on Twitch.
John
Let's see.
Lindsay.
Fucking
What's
with
up?
El
Reg.
Chapo.
What's up? El Chapo's in the house. Good to see you, man. That's our fourth there, right there, boys.
Brandon is over there. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, you know what? I too have got a little take it to the tent. Yeah, I think that is trademarked now. Can't say that over here on Uncensored, but we're gonna take it over to the grow space. Um, kidding. It's an inside joke that only I think is funny. Um, and for me, I took this footage last Tuesday. So this is over a week ago now. And I have since harvested 3 of these 6 plants. I didn't think the other 3 were quite ready yet. And so I let them go for a little bit longer. And at the moment, I currently am sitting at 66 degrees. This is kind of the daytime temp with a 50
You have a beer, Chris?
51%. No.
No, I was
Energy
gonna say
drink.
because I could.
I
'Cause I'm
could
snowed in.
if I would. So yeah, I'm excited to be harvesting right now with a beautiful garden, but this is what it looked like about a week and a bit before harvest. So checking this out. This is again, I kind of got a similar tent with you, Rob, in regards to the colors. You got the yellow
You
in the
got the square
back.
footage maxed out. You fuck crushed it there, bro. That
Yeah,
canopy's insane.
it looks great. I'm so happy about this. So this is the one that got harvested as well. This is the banana jealousy. I call this the banana jealousy number 1 because there's 2 jealousies in here. This is Seedsman Genetics. Shout out Seedsman. I'm very happy with this, but of course, very small. There's not a lot of weight to those buds, like at all. So, leaves a little bit to be desired. This is the peyote Skittles. As you can tell, I'm pretty sure this is the one that I'm leaving for another week. She's coming along great, but still not quite ready. This is the other peyote Skittles. I don't know which one was which, to be honest, in regards to which one got harvested yesterday. But this is the frosted lemonade, and wow, this is Swank Genetics. And she harvested so much more purple than this. Just in a week and a couple days, she went really, really dark. She gives off a pepper smell. This right here is the Banana Jealousy number 2. These buds much larger than the other ones, being a little more desirable for the harvest. Hopefully, she gives off those same kind of smells and nastiness. And then this is the Gelato 41 back cross, also by Seedsman, and very happy with this one. The general tent is giving off a very gassy, kind of skunky feel. A lot of pepper, a little bit of wood. I'm so satisfied, man. Probably my best garden. Well, my second harvest of just 2014, or second garden. I guess I technically didn't harvest in 2014 at all, or 2024.
Oh,
I'm just all over the place. No, I did do a harvest at the beginning of 2024. And that was the Chileto G and the Northern Lights from AG Seeds by Todd McCormick. Shout him out. He's a great dude. And I'm all about his mission. And that was actually the only harvest that I pulled off in 2024. These ones didn't finish in time. So yeah, I'm generally very happy with these. Very happy. And I got some great footage of them for pre-harvest. So I can't wait to share that next
hell
time.
yeah, man.
Next time. Yeah.
Killing it,
Yeah.
dude. I think we all had a busy 2024 traveling. Chris had the least traveling because he lives where we travel to, but he was with us 90% of the fucking time. So it's like committing to a variety of genetics at different stages and doing all that is a lot for all of us, man. So to be able to have a finished crop and have everything pulling out good is massive, man. We're very fortunate, very blessed, and obviously a lot of it happened because of Stash Plant. It was, the simplicity of auto watering is great, and I'm not able to do that with Stash Blend in there because I'm using the Blue Mat system. But I just hand water one time a fucking week, and I had my mom do it when I was gone. Beautiful, man. Everything worked out really good.
There's a question in the Twitch chat from Captain Redbeard. It asks, how many times should you top your plants? I topped twice on this run. If you had just seen the example that I did, I didn't top any of my plants. Not a single one in that tent got topped. Like
Yeah, I
I
didn't
just
top any.
just wrote, none of those are topped. Not a single one.
I low stress trained on all mine. They were all super cropped and LST'd, tied down and bent when they're young, and that way you can start developing that growth evenly so you can get that canopy set up. But some plants do really well with topping. It just all depends.
Mhm.
You got to just think about the recovery time for the growth. If you want to add that into your veg cycle.
Yeah.
Chris, did you
but-
top yours? You got some bushy bitches.
Me? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I top mine. Top all of them actually. I'd like to. It just I don't know. It makes it a little bit easier. Like I've done the low stress training where it's just low stress training and taking that top, the apical meristem, that main branch, and bending it all the way down, and then allowing the other ones to come up and stuff. And
Bless you.
nothing against it, but I do like to just top the plant and then really mess with all the lowers and widen everything out that way. It's just a personal preference thing. That's all.
100%. I think that's where it's similar looking organic versus synthetic. End goal of the bud. How even was your canopy? Look at Scrogger's style. To be able to have the even canopy and how he approaches it is comparable to the end product of the weed. But how the plant grows, being a pancake or flattened out, one plant versus 5 plants. Cannabis Luke, prime example, he'll have 4 or 5 plants in his bed versus 1, but it looks like the same thing at the end of the day. The shield is the same. I think a lot of it is finding what works for you, what your preference is. Some people, they'll top to take for clones. That's what I do when I'm topping most times, is I'll take it as a clone, and then it grows really well in that space. So it makes it so you're able to kind of have a variety of approaches, but some genetics take better than others. Like I was saying, the Chileto G does really well with some topping. The low stress training is mandatory for the canopy because it's a thick, girthy one, but it depends on the pheno that you have. I think that it all is preference and subjective.
Yep, I totally agree. Do what works for you. I'm a prime example of that. But I did mention to Rob last night on T with P. Shout out to everybody who pulled up.
Oh yeah, that was a good episode. We didn't get
It
canceled.
was no, not yet.
Not yet. So now
Nobody's
that we told
watched it.
people about it.
Yeah, nobody's watched it, so it's okay. The idea that what was I talking about? Fuck. You and I were having a
About
conversation.
last night. Rob was
Yeah.
on T with P.
Uh-huh. And then there was a point to
Because I
that.
got
Damn.
It's good.
There
I
was
was
something.
on TOP last night. We
Oh
were
yeah, yep.
talking
There we
about
go.
nothing
Got it.
related to plants, were we?
We did, and that's where I was like, you know what, 2024 made me realize that like I want more out of my garden for less. I want to be able to have an efficient running veg tent, an efficient running prop tent, and an efficient running flower tent, all on its own with very little work, and in fact, maybe the same amount of work as like one tent. And I relented and said, I need auto watering. I need to get it to a point where I don't want to be there anymore.
Oh,
I
you
just
did
want to
talk
look
about
in
that.
and like be like, yes, this is what I'm working for. Boop, and then go do something else. Um, Rob mentioned blue mats, and it's like I think it's time that I follow
Yeah.
in the steps of my dad's,
Yeah.
and fucking do it,
Your
man.
2 dads, no
My
diddy.
2 dads, yeah, and consider it because it's like I'm so proud. I'm so happy of what I pulled off here in the flower tent, and it started with a good, proper, fully functional veg tent, and it's like now I want them both running at the same time together. So
Yeah.
in symbiotically.
Unison.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it starts with blue mats, to be honest. So I'm gonna try to get my hands on some of those and try to figure it out and go through the struggles and tribulations of trying to figure out an auto watering system. Or is it called an auto watering setter system or a self watering system?
We had this conversation before.
I
I
know,
don't
and
want
it's
to have it
auto
again.
watering.
You know what it is?
It's
I don't
auto
think we
Honestly,
watering.
Shelby's right. The
auto
weed's
water.
frying our brains out,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah, it's auto watering. Yeah.
We're too dumb.
Well, I'll
That's
speak
why
for
Chris smokes
us.
the cart. He's like,
Yeah, no,
"Boys,
I'm
the
stoked about it
cars."
though. I'm stoked. I want to get my hands dirty and without getting them sore.
It's
Yeah.
you'll figure it out. It's not too difficult. You just got to figure out if you know what size container you're going to use, because if you're going to get like one of the larger containers, you can get a 9-inch carrot, so it basically gets the reading down deeper, or a 5-inch carrot. So you just got to make your decision if you want to go with the smaller carrots or the longer ones
If
to
you're
get
a
deep
size
down into
queen,
the.
well, if you get big pots, like that's why I fucked up last time. I had to do 2 carrots into it each side, and then I
Because they were too
overwatered.
little.
Yeah, because they were
Oh,
too little. I didn't know those big ass ones until I saw Jeremy's video.
And
Because
then
from
the
size
Builder Soul, he had the massive ones, and I was like, "Whoa,
size
whoa, he's
matters.
got like stick." It's not about size, but in this case, it is. I need it, and I had no idea. And then the drip rings for me was a
drip
game
rings.
changer for sure. The
Yeah.
difference is I put too many on one system, and if my my reservoir wasn't full because it's gravity based feeding, if it wasn't full, it would barely get to the other tent. So I was running it through 2 different tents, and it was just dumb. So now I've got 2 separate setups that works way better. But dude, the simplicity of it is amazing. You could just do really low watering to maintain your plants there, and then do 1 hand watering a week with stash blend. That's what I do
How
personally.
close does the system, like the reservoir, have to be to the tent? Does it have to be right beside it?
You want it to be elevated, like so. Mine's about 3 or 4 feet in the air. So it's sitting
In
on a
the air,
chair.
but could I have it like in another room?
I
Eh,
wouldn't.
You wouldn't really want to run a line that all. I mean, you could,
The
but
reason
you'd
I
have to
say that
run
is
the
because
line
like
that far.
having water in my studio for obvious reasons gives me a little bit nervous because
Mhm.
but it's a direct line over here when I have a drain right there. So it's like if I jimmy rig some kind of system up where I put it against the wall and I just have it gravity fed to the tent somehow. That way, if the reservoir burst or something, I'd be more worried about a flood in my tent, though, right?
Honestly,
Yeah, it could
yeah,
flood your tent if you don't have
Yeah,
it dialed right,
from the,
for
we-
sure.
from the reservoir, if you don't rig it like me, like I rigged it. Chris gave me. I just paid for shipping. Beautiful,
Yep.
free plus shipping. Um, a collapsible reservoir, which is awesome. Those are really cool. And like you have to jimmy rig it a little bit. It's not amazing, but if you have a normal reservoir and you drill it in with the pieces that they give you in the kit itself, that's airtight. You're not gonna have to worry about any leaking. And if anything, put just a small 5-gallon bucket underneath the actual uh, reservoir itself. So if it drips at all, it'll collect that. I haven't had any issues of leaking like that. It's gonna be more if you don't dial in those carrots and you're overdoing it, and you could overwater or it could go everywhere, which could be a bitch. But I followed this dude I know, Mr. Grow It. I watched his video. It worked pretty damn well, and that's
I
how I had
know
to do
him.
it. Yeah, it worked. And that
Yeah.
one for me, dude, it was the
I have a signed
simplicity of
book.
like I'm only gonna be gone for 5 days at the time, so I'm like I don't need to. Or it was a week, so I didn't have anybody to come water. But for me, dude, it worked great. And I was using Athena nutrients, so it's very clean nutrients to go through there. And then on my organic side, it's just water. So simple,
Yeah,
simple, and plain.
I like that.
Same. Yeah, I use a 14-gallon trash barrel as a reservoir on one, and then my other tent I have just a 5-gallon bucket. Again, it's just drilling the hole in the side, adding in that piece that you get from Blue Map, and then running the line and dialing in the carrots. So
And
yeah, go ahead.
how often are you filling that 5?
It depends on how many plants I have connected to it, right? So if I only have a couple plants, that could
2
last
plants.
weeks. You
Oh,
know,
it could. Oh, I
that
like that.
14-gallon reservoir, I could fill that thing up with plain water and run it to 5 plants, and it will take, I don't know, a week or maybe even longer in order to drain from there. So
Oh,
yeah, it's very set it and forget it for the
sweet.
most part.
And then just water
Especially if you're
stacks.
running organics and water only, right? Because then you're not doing any mixing of nutrients. You just looking to see what the reservoir level is. Okay, I need to add in a couple gallons of water or whatever, and then it's just you're just looking at that and you're just filling it with water the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
it makes it so much
Love it.
easier.
Dude, it's the hack. It's the cheat sheet,
Mhm.
brother.
Well,
I'm telling you, you get the I'm gonna
Let me
switch
write
up to
this
the Kiss
down.
Organic because I mean, shout out to Bill Soil, but prices went up. Prices went up. Demand goes up, prices go. It is what it is. But to be able to have the organic soil that's taken care of for you, essentially for feeding, and then all you got to do is dial in that watering, then you spend way more time on training the plant and shaping it, and like you still will spend time in the garden, but it's like the work is used for things that I feel are more rewarding and fun. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I like
like
that.
looking at Chris's plants, you could see the difference from early on of like plants that had a little bit more, like they were small plants, minimum training, to now it's like he's in here working these girls, and it's comparable veg time, but it's that difference of the plants taking up what it wants. It's being fed it at a high frequency fertigation, even with the synthetic nutrients. Like science is science, man. We just had a talk with Mike Chang about that, and it's how you work that feeding regimen can change everything, even with the same stuff, same input that you have. It's just how you use it. It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody caught that I don't have the blue mat hooked up according to the footage. It's just because I flipped plants of flower. I took plants from one to the other. I watered them in. Now I'm at the point where I'm going to reinstall those drip rings. Also did a top dressing as well. So I took the drip rings out, the blue mat carrot out, did a top dressing, watered it in. Now I'm at the point where I'm going to just re-add in the drip rings, the carrot, hook everything back up. So I don't know. Nobody called out in the comments, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody watched this back and like, hey, wait a minute, you're not using blue mats. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Nathan said Lasac,
Yeah.
smart guy, called out the fact that I put the wrong date on the title.
This is actually from yesterday.
This is from yesterday.
We
Listen,
do
I panicked
pre-record
and I
these
was
live
like,
streams.
shit, I didn't set up the live stream. And so I did it. I was like, boys, are we live tomorrow? I'm like, yes. I'm like, no, I know that. I know that. I just was checking.
Yep.
I was checking. Yep.
Uh,
Normally
no,
it's I
so
go
Tell
by
me, tell
like
me you
the
don't look at our
weeks.
shared calendar without telling me you don't look
you
at our
don't
shared
look at our
calendar.
shit. It's been years,
Dude,
Christopher.
wait until you have a second child and it's snow days for 3 fucking days in a row and your life will be thrown off. Like,
It's so true. It's so
bro,
true.
I had so many plans. I had this dope video going over remediation, right? Because of how many people have no idea what the fuck it is. They have no clue what remediation is. And then some people don't understand where the benefit can come in for medicinal purposes in some cases, which I still don't agree with. But so I had this whole video I've been working on, outlined it, and my kids are always loud. Even when they're in the basement, they find a way to sound like my floors are collapsing. I'm like, what are the noises? And they're screaming and fighting. Like, Dad, you got V-Bucks? I'm like, yes, fucking V-Bucks. I got them on hand. What's up? And, so yeah, Chris, I didn't look at the shared calendar this week. I was busy.
Kids. Yeah, it makes it fun. When my boy's home, I can't get shit done, man. It's like I
I know
feel
you
so
just feel
guilty
guilty. Yeah,
sitting
exactly.
here in my room while he's in there, either just gaming or playing alone. It's like, fuck, okay, I'm coming. Here I
I
come.
know, man. I feel like a piece of shit. I was sick yesterday. I'm like, Dad, let's go and play in the snow. And I'm like, all right, boys, let's go out there. Sound like Rocky and shit as I'm trying to go outside. But we did it. We made
Did
it.
it.
It's
Yep, we're
tough
dads.
because there's a balance between it, and because the other end, right? If you're just being with your kids all the time, then how are you
We're
affording
poor.
this, right? So it's like finance wise, So that's the current battle I have. I have a 1-year-old, and it's
Dude,
childcare, but it's like, well, shit, I need to work. I need to make money in order to be able to, pay for things for my child, So
provide that life, dude. It's so fucking tough, bro. It's such a mental battle of like you feel guilty for being selfless. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not working because I'm having fun. I'm working because I want to be able to create a legacy for my family and generational stability. You know what I'm saying? And but it's like at the same time that I feel like I'm neglecting the kids. So I totally get it, brother. And that's where my whole week has just been kids, 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 kids. We've gotten a few dubs in Fortnite, I will probably say, but we've been moved to harder lobbies. They're sweaty. My kids don't get it. I'm trying to explain like PUBG. I'm like, boys, we were killing bots.
Now it's on now.
These are people now. Yeah, it's tough.
There is a balance, man. And one of the things that I'm the most thankful for is that all three of us are fathers, so that we all understand where we're coming from. And we're all at
Good dad
three
gang,
different
baby.
stages. We're at three different stages. Chris has got the baby life. Rob's getting through the young adolescent
Yeah, and
stage.
you got teenage. That's
I got a
fucking now you got
teenager.
new. That's so crazy. He's a
And
teenager.
he's a teenager, man. And like we've been together almost 5 years now, 4 going on
Dude,
5 years now. It's like our
when I
kids were
virtually met him, he was my kid's age.
your kid didn't even exist, Christopher. It's just like we've grown so much over the last like 4 or 5 years. It's been incredible, and I'm so fortunate that we get to do this together. We get to bounce off of each other. We get to understand what we're going through. But it's like I'm fortunate enough that we get to provide the kind of lifestyle that we do to our families, man. Because it was just a few short years ago where I remember going to work, leaving town for 2 weeks at a time, coming home for weekends, leaving for 2 weeks at a time, coming home for weekends, and that was hard, man. That sucked. And even though it's like I get to have work done, when I get to separate from the family, I'm still right here. When they want to yell or come knock on the door, I'm right here, man. I'm right here, and I'm so thankful for that. So yeah, it's an incredible journey we're on, and it's an amazing one.
Oh yeah. Will Anderson's got a fucking basketball team over there, brother. Congratulations. Kids are the world for me, man. It's not for everybody, but that's why I do what I do. And it's not easy. It's the balance. It's work-life balance, garden, like hobby, fucking all the. It's not easy, man. But it's like the rewarding part is the harvesting, spending time with the kids, having amazing people in the comment section and the chat, just blowing up with great people. We're blessed, man. So all the stress is for good things. It's the yin and the yang. We wouldn't have these stresses if we didn't have the blessings.
Yep.
What it is, brother.
Yep.
We got
So
a question in the chat
Go
here,
ahead.
which I thought would be
do
cool
it.
to cover real quick.
We don't
In
talk to the
Twitch
chat, Chris. Stop it. We
We
don't
don't
talk to
talk
them.
to these guys.
We don't talk to them.
And when we do, we get called out in the comment section.
It's recorded. This is recorded yesterday. We knew it. Sorry, go ahead.
Frothy Banana says, "How do you guys keep track of your gardens? Do you use an app or just wing it?" So I'll answer that first. I like to use Google Sheets and a free program where basically I have the date on a column. I'm sorry, date on the rows, and then I have the plant on column top. And so I'm just marking down my notes for each plant, whatever day it's on. I'm marking everything from, if I'm checking the runoff, for example, a pH and ppm, or if I got my DWC system, I'm checking the pH, water temperature, ppm as well. I'm just marking all that stuff there just to have it. And potentially, sometimes it's good to look back on when I transplant. I have that marked down. So like a couple weeks later, I might say, when did I transplant? Okay, I can look back. Oh, I transplanted 2 weeks ago. I got a top dressing. You know what I mean? Like it helps you make future decisions, kind of having that log and being able to kind of look back and see what you did when. So I use Google Sheets. That's pretty much the only thing I use. What do you guys use?
I use Google Sheets and AC Infinity's app. So the AI one has like a cycle essentially, so it'll tell you like where you're at, and it'll be like, hey, now you should be transitioning. You're like, oh, okay. Hasn't been totally right. They said I should have harvested last week. They were wrong. Okay, got a GMO cross in there and a peanut butter breath. Those are not. Those aren't ready in 8 weeks. But there's a variety of different like time tracking apps and things like that. But free ones, again, Google has a lot of different stuff you can have for free. For me, it's like we're doing these shows so consistently. So sometimes I'll use these shows to document, and I'll go back and look even to be like, shit, what was I talking about here? And I'll jot those notes down. I don't have like a diary thing, so to speak, but I use Google Keep, which is like these little yellow sticky note things that pop up on your phone, and you could do checklists on there and different notes. So I'll jot down notes and color coordinate them for the strains or the cultivars. At this point right now, it's just for the breeding project only, just so I have some of the information. Ones that I'm not keeping around, I don't do that as much, but this particular breeding project, I've been for the past year and a half constantly noting shit down. What about you, P? Freestyle?
Fucking wing it, dude.
He's like,
Yeah.
ah, dude, I'm in there.
Fuck.
Fucking,
Dude,
I'm
surprised
drunk
to
in there,
nobody.
dude.
Yeah, surprised to nobody. I'm out there fucking buck ass naked, ball swinging left and right, just kind of hanging on like a rodeo, just with 8 seconds of fun. I really use Instagram. I use my YouTube videos more than anything because that's where everything's documented. Um, it's like I'll just tune in. That's when I want it. That's when I know when I flipped a flower. That's when I know when I've got good genetics. Up until just a few years ago, every single grow I had is documented on the internet in some form or fashion. So it's like it's very easy. It's a blessing that I can use the internet as a storing device like this. But that's really how it is. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, anybody, the thing is you could have unlisted videos if you wanted for yourself and do that as a free video storage space on YouTube. It's absolutely an option as well. There's another question over on Twitch. Shout out to CeeLo Wee. He says, is it better to do heavy defoliation or pruning before or after watering? I would say after watering, personally, just for like the wilting that you may get for the plant not having any food or any watering in that nutrient uptake. So that way you've already watered and put some food in there. That way the plant's hungry, healthy, or not hungry. He's fed, isn't hungry and healthy. What do you think, Chris?
I don't even think that deep into it, to be honest. I'd do it either way. I mean, I'd do it water and then defoliate, or defoliate then water. Assuming
It's
that
never like
it's not like a dry medium, right? If the medium's
it's
super
never
dry,
stressed out
wilting,
dry.
the plant's wilting, then yeah, definitely would want water in there for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is have a saturated media to an extent. You know what I'm saying? If it's too dry, you don't want to do any training. You don't want to do any stress to the plant.
I've always looked at it as now I've been synthetic since I was just a little girl, but I remember like I kind of consider the idea that there are natural agents and de-stressors, sugars and food in your solutions that will provide relief and some benefits to your plants after vigorous training, after a defol, like transplanting. I like to think of the food as an agent itself in providing benefit to the plant. So as you guys already mentioned, yeah, not too dry, but definitely want to provide it with a little food.
Yeah, yeah. So, you want to check out some gardens?
Do it, baby.
Yeah.
Like you want to run that shit, Wank?
Brought to
Show Stash. Brought to you by Stash Blend.
Dash blend. What plants want? What plants need? So, this one here, these trichome shots were crazy. Crazy. Now, these ones with the glands and the fat heads, yes, I'm used to. The other one, what the hell? Is that that's a different type of trichome. Where is this at? Like what part of the plant? Chris, would you know? You've had a lot of scientists break shit down on your channel.
maybe the stem. Is it maybe just on the
Ooh.
stems? Because there are trichomes on the stems too.
Defense trichomes, pretty much. That does make sense.
Maybe.
Because these being ones to extract, the other ones being plant defense mechanisms, essentially, completely. Crazy looking, man. What a shot. Who took this picture? Europalaments?
Zero tolerance.
Zero
That's what I heard.
tolerance. I'm
Oh,
fucking
zero
dumb, and
tolerance.
I just made a whole new word of
That was really good
Europalamous.
though. That's what I would have done. Well played. Well played.
Europalamous? Yeah. Headbanger too. My guy.
We should do a whole episode on trichomes because there's so much really actually to talk about.
You
Different
know,
types of
if I
trichome.
didn't piss off a portion of the world on my opinions, we could maybe get Eric Nugshots. Maybe he's an
Ooh.
expert on the trichomes of that. He's taken amazing photography on. Honestly, man, him or Terp Cam. Honestly, the stuff that they've experienced and seeing from indoor, outdoor, so many different kinds of crops, so many different styles of growing. Like that shit's crazy, dude.
We'll have MGI reach out.
Love MGI. Love MGI reach out. Yeah, people like him still.
Yeah.
It's these glasses, motherfuckers. Flat bill hats.
Oh, zero tolerance clarified. He says
Mm.
those are pistol hairs.
Pistol hairs. Oh,
Pistol
wow.
hairs, which are stigma, if I'm not mistaken.
Stigma.
These are beautiful shots. I really like this. This is a nice shot. Now, I'm curious if there's any cannabinoid content or any
Looks
kind
like-
of value to the I'm not thinking like a natural value, but I'm thinking like a consumption value to the stigma. Is it adding terpenes? Is it adding, or is it just purely for defense? Because like those look like trichomes, just kind of
Stigmas
the
are
way.
more for the pollination, right? So they
That's what I'm thinking. it'll
grabbing the
stick to that.
pollen, and
Okay.
yeah, the pollen
nothing
goes down to the calyx, and then the seeds formed. So that's really the main function.
Yeah, because these aren't going to be holding cannabinoids.
No, nothing at all. No, because that would be
Probably. I mean,
trichome,
probably
so-
would at some extent, but nothing that's
I
going to
don't
be
know.
worth extraction. But it's fascinating, man. When you break the plant down on a molecular level, it's really fucking cool because there's just so many different facets to it that we're not even dealing with. Most of us. We're again the big focus, like I was saying with Mike earlier, is biomass, and we don't even realize it. We all want bigger, fatter buds, and it's like, man, you're growing plant material. Is it any better cannabinoids? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the big argument: is what in the science are you doing? What in the scientific side of things are you extracting from the plant? Even if you're smoking it, it's got to have more of the funk, you know? There's a rumor MGI's having Grambo on.
What kind of
Oh,
rumor is
who
that?
leaked
Whoa.
that?
What? If that, he should come on our show. I love Grambo.
Aaron was a
Who,
great
who
kid.
who leaked that information?
I don't know. Default behavior.
There's a
Wow,
rumor.
where'd you hear that
That's
default?
funny. That's funny.
He's like, whoa, what the fuck?
That's
All
funny.
right, spoiler alert. Yep, he's on. He's gonna be on.
He
Garden
probably
Talk.
shared it. He probably
Grambo's a
shared it.
fucking cool guy, man. Like
Rambo probably shared it. Yeah,
very smart guy and very well
Talented.
spoken.
Holy fuck.
Very
he's
talented and well spoken. Yeah,
he's a comedian. Like he
Yeah.
does.
I'm not
like,
surprised
he's-
at all. He has a personality like that.
Yeah. So he's yeah, he mentioned that quite a few times. That episode drops on Saturday. I'm trying to get that out this Saturday. So
Sweet.
it was
Sweet.
so good, so good, so good.
Hell yeah, man. Great guy. The whole DGC crew, man. Like the homies. They're the other faction that we rock with heavy. I think
Well,
when you got a crew
low-key.
like that who loves the plant, you know.
I got Scotty coming on Tea with Pete
Hey.
for a great conversation as well.
Nice.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely fox. Yeah, we definitely fox with the DGC crew.
Hell
Love
yeah,
those
man.
dudes, and
We
I
got to
love
talk
what
with them because our schedule sounds like may have changed this year.
it may have changed. There
Which
may
is,
be some
dude, like that
DGC
of
in the
all of
future.
the things we've done at this point, that's the one thing that I'm like, damn it, we
100%.
got to get to it, man.
That's one of those things that I've been watching for years, and I was like, man, to have an opportunity to go there, and we're referring to the DGC, the Duke Rose Cup.
Cup.
We
Having the
got so many
opportunity.
of our homies out there. Like, fuck.
I love those guys,
Matt's
and
out
I'm
there. Both
mad
Matts are out
respect
there.
to what Duke Rose is doing right now, man. Because for those that don't know, they've grown an incredible audience right now and an incredible behemoth of a system, and it came after being deleted and starting fresh all over again.
Not quitting and pushing through and
pushing
persevering.
through. So yeah,
Exactly,
we got
dude.
nothing but respect. I know a lot of people like to think that there's like this beef, and I want them to continue thinking it, but that there's beef between the DGC and FTS.
good.
And there is. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. There is.
Yeah, those are our
Yeah,
brothers, brother.
let's keep
When
that
we come
drama
together,
going.
we're like the big ass Wu-Tang clan.
Here we
You know what
go.
I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, so plan on that. We'll let you guys know if that's a for sure thing, but we're looking forward to it. But back to some garden. Let's look at some more weed. We have some more time.
Yeah,
It's
we have a
fucking
link.
Snow
It's
day,
invite
boys. I'm
only.
gonna have to go out in the snow after this and shovel more, and it is bad.
It is invite only here at the Discord on FTS. So
Mm,
sorry
it
about
is
that if
invite
you
only. I'm
guys
sorry,
didn't have a
guys.
link. I'm actually on the wrong computer. Hold up, I gotta pull it up.
He's like, I don't know where I'm at.
I got this one. I didn't pull the link on this one.
We do it for life. Hell yeah. What do we got here? Veg plants. Swift. My eyes don't work even with glasses. Sugar cane from in-house.
Yo, shout out in-house.
Shout
Huge
out
fan.
in-house genetics, man.
In-house. I need to get some
Random
in-house
genetic-
in my garden.
In-house in your
I
house.
haven't grown in-house yet. So much good stuff about it, though.
I've smoked plenty of it, haven't had the pleasure to grow it, but I think I may have to get some myself too. Brandon's a fucking great dude. Such a community guy, man. Like, I see him at so many events, it's crazy. Michigan
And
events like crazy.
he was on my show, man. Tea with P. And the reason he was on my show is because I saw them in the chat. I saw him in the chat. It might not actually have been him, but I saw In-House Genetics in the chat of my show, and I was like, "What? Nobody watches my show." And so I was like, "Man, what an honor to have you guys in the chat." And he was like, "Of course." So I was like, "You need to come on." And it was such a wicked conversation with him. Yeah, nothing but
Oh, yeah.
respect.
Plants are looking good there, though. See the bud trainer clip there. Gonna get some training going.
Hell
Looking
yeah.
pretty
Shout out to
good.
Butt Trainer boys. Got the AC
Yeah.
Infinity
Big,
tent too. Discount code the stash 15. I'm sure you used.
there's some big fan leaves on that. It looks like.
Yeah, man. Beautiful work. Beautiful
Nice
work.
Yeah, it's
job.
beautiful. I love the color. Off to a great start.
Mm.
Oh,
Ooh,
there we
look at
go.
this one.
Who this is? Tops or tops?
Tops are
Tops are
Tops
top.
are
tops.
tops. Nice. Shout out to Tops are tops. Yes, they are.
Beautiful.
Great color there.
Gorgeous.
Nice
Love the
color.
perps.
Got them
Big
Britney
chunky
Spears going.
buds.
Nice
Gonna
work, man.
assume you're in a colder climate.
Wow.
Wow. Um, based on the color, based on the perps.
Towers.
Yeah,
Towers of
those
colas.
gorgeous. Those are gonna be so easy to trim too.
It looks like it, yeah.
Leaf to bud ratio is amazing. It's just gonna
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, that's if the smoke's good, that's a keeper right there. She grows good, she shows good. But if she blows good, you know what I'm saying? That one I felt like I went too far with
What
that one.
strain is that or cultivar?
Took it a little too far. Yeah, what cultivar we rocking? Doesn't say
Doesn't-
mystery.
Unknown. Bag seed. No, just kidding.
Backseat, thank you, Chop Off. Those were bars. I thought so too. I felt they were. Inappropriate bars. Unfortunate bars, some would say. You know?
Trent, nice stuff here, man.
Squatty hotties, those are thick. Trent's got a garden.
Trent.
It's like
Full of
Jamie's got a
surprises.
gun.
Full of
Go.
surprises.
No, I just saw recently Vivo's got side lights that they've put out. I always wonder what the fuck these bars were about. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool for your trellis and stuff. But now with side lights, now it all makes sense. It all comes together. I'm like, ah, yes, it's complete. That's an innovative setup they got going there, man. I love that all the brands now are giving us home growers ability to have things that commercial growers have at affordable rates. Like shit, dude. The amount of stuff that I see at commercial grows that I get envious about that I'm like, I'd love one of those. Like, yeah, these are only 15,000 a piece. We've got 40 of them in this room. Like, fuck, dude. I just need one. Man, I'm not paying that much.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time. You bring up side lighting. It's only a matter of time before companies start to include it in their overhead lighting, where it's like, okay, yeah, here's your overhead light, but you also have the side
Here's
lighting
these two side
comes
lights
in the
that come
same
with it.
box,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
that's a
So you
great
set up your
idea.
overhead and you set up your
AC
side lighting,
Infinity?
and you got the whole thing.
ACI, if you're listening. Dude, those are the kind of things though that give us affordability but also customability because not everybody needs these things for one, but if you have the option to upgrade, I think
Mhm.
is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like the UVC conversation for a lot of people now, it's like that singular light may not be ideal for everybody, but if it came with a light pack or like a light kit, so to speak, that could be a really cool option or an upgrade in the cart type of shit. Oh, yeah, we got next one. Check another
Love it.
couple out, and we'll hit the road, Jack. You got shoveling.
Not
Bubba
sure if I'm
Bloodsmith.
not sure if I'm sold on side lighting totally,
If
to be
it's
honest.
super efficient, like if it's low
That's the key.
wattage,
Like it would have to be
yeah.
like, and is your return, are you really getting like Chris, if you're telling me if it came in the same box for a reasonable price and it was in there, it was all one, then yeah, sure, maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to check out the show your stash area too. We got stash blend updated, people.
Oh yeah. This is a beautiful scrog here. Is this
Look at
one
this one.
plant in a garbage bag or a tarp or something in a bed?
In a garbage bag.
Yeah. I think it's a bed of sorts, I think.
Ooh. Yeah,
Yeah,
today
probably
Idiom
just
dropped
cover.
something.
Probably using it as a cover.
Mm. Yeah, right. Good call. Great work.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, pop
You
into
can
the
see the
stash blend
sweat.
section. Look at what Idiom posted. Stash blend with Gaia Green. Look at that trichome production, man. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Gorgeous.
Ooh,
Atta boy.
there we
Atta
go.
boy. Jelly breath, number 2. Great photo, man. Great photo.
Idiom does a great job with the
These look right
photography.
here. Look at the fucking stem on the leaf.
Mango Madness, number 2.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, great color.
Gorgeous.
Great coverage. Great frost. Idiom
Mr.
never fails to
Stinker.
impress.
Nice job as
Mm-mm-mm.
always, Idiom.
Yep. Love the depth on that one. Great work, man. That's beautiful flowers. And there it is right there.
Killing it.
Trichomes just
Killing it.
covering the stem.
Yep.
Yeah, Idiom
Petiole.
doing his thing, man. Beautiful.
Look how frosted and like a lot of these fan leaves are. Holy
That's what I'm
crikey,
saying, man. Like, this shit's crazy looking, dude.
Wow. Wow. Look at how far that frost goes out on those fan leaves. Like the
Yeah, get a
lower
little
fan leaves.
zoom on that one, Link. Let's
Oof.
get inside of it.
Look at this. Look at this.
God damn.
That's impressive.
What is
That's
going
impressive.
on over there? Gaia Green and Stash Blend seem to fuck.
Yeah, right?
You can
Dang.
even
Match made
smoke
in
those
heaven.
leaves. No need to trim them
Yeah,
off.
straight
Smoke
up, dude.
them.
Holy
Right?
shit, bro.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe wonder if it's a good washer. Because like there's a lot of washable material there in regards to the leaves.
Very good work, man. Let me find our Discord and I'll share the link on
I did. I shared it on both.
you got it on YouTube?
Yep. I can do it again here.
All right, you're the guy. You're the guy. Gorgeous work, man. Really, really did your thing, Idiom. Great plant, great shots. Everybody's killing it, man. It's amazing to see how many people are absolutely knocking it out of the park. And it's really great when I see Stash Blend as a part of it, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Beautiful work.
Discord links in both the chat of Twitch and YouTube. So
Both. Yep.
definitely show your stash, guys, if you haven't already. I mean, we go through every other week we're here and we're doing the show your stash segment, especially if you're using Stash Blend.
Oh,
We
yeah.
want to see it, and you could be featured in one of these episodes.
Oh, yeah, man. A couple more here, just beautiful. So, what do you boys have coming for content? I know we hear Grambo on Garden Talk.
Grambo and Garden Talk on Saturday. Sunday, I'll have a main channel video release. I mean, that's pretty much
Little
it.
teaser? What is
Hey,
it? Little
I'm starting
tease?
to teaser for the main channel video. Just basically, I have a plant that I think might have a hop latent viroid. So we're gonna go over that plant. There's a
Nice.
plant next to it that's not looking good as well. So we'll get into that a little bit, and then just kind of showing the plants I have veg and flower. Yeah, pretty good episode. Longer episode, what I usually do. So I'm excited for that. And then I've been
Okay.
starting to post some Garden Talk clips on the Garden Talk channel, just to kind of get more people over the clips channel, see how they do on that regular Garden Talk channel. So take a second, head on over the video I posted yesterday and show some love to it. Would appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Good shit. What about you, Mr. 420?
Well, I've got a couple deep dives I'm working on. I got a special one. I don't want to lead too much into it because I'm only about halfway through it, and I kind of want to finish it before I give myself too much pressure on it. Coming deep dive. It's gonna be a good one. It's a historical deep dive.
Okay.
And then dropped Tea with P last night. I was live. Very special guest. I'm not sure if anyone's gonna
Good guy.
know. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
anybody knows him. But Mr. Harl
Handsome,
B
dude.
CLTV stopped by for
Yeah.
a great conversation.
Oh,
Talked
yeah.
everything
Yeah.
under the moon. Crypto. We talked presidency. We talked everything. We talked it all. It was an episode of Top Buds, just going through the vault. And then yeah, that's really it. A couple deep dives coming. So looking forward to it. And of course, I'm live pretty much every single night on Twitch, twitch.tv/pigeons420. Streams have been growing. It's been a lot of fun over there. And when I'm lucky, my boys come and join me for a game of PUBG. So
Oh my God, bud.
yeah, come tune in. Come tune in. I'll also wink it real quick at the end. I sent you a little something. Maybe you can play it as we head out of here after Rob lets us know what he's doing.
Well, myself, I've got video I have to film now because I had part of it filmed, but you got kids in the background yelling quite a bit. Tried to filter that out, but then it makes my voice sound weird. So I'll be refilming. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see if we have another snow day. We'll find. I guess we'll find out. But going over remediation and why and how you can avoid it if you're going to dispensaries. Not everybody does. I know, but some people don't realize that it's more common than they think. Even in these trap packs, they're getting out in the streets.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Yes. We'll need. You can. Sweet. Sweet.
All right,
Cool.
so we'll see you guys out with this, but yeah.
What was that, Wink?
Oh, we'll be there reacting to it.
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
watch it.
Oh,
All right.
okay. Let's do it.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
gonna
That's all
watch it.
for us. Yeah, let's see us out of here because as soon as this is over, we'll exit out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to everybody who tuned in on Twitch. We appreciate the subs. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in on YouTube. This is a brand new channel on YouTube. The FTS Uncensored channel, Highly Uncensored, is a brand new channel. So to see 175 people tuning in is pretty damn awesome. So shout out to the 50 that are over on Twitch too. So very excited, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys.
All right, let's check it out. Florist.
Hi, my name is Flora Sprout. You want some? This is Stash Blend. My mama always said Stash Blend is like a bag of magic. You just never know how your plants is gonna thrive.
My plants hurt.
I know the feeling. I used to have plants that struggle too. But then I found this Stash Blend. It's a special mix of nutrients that helps your plants grow strong and healthy. It's got all the good stuff. Beneficial bacteria, silica, seaweed, humic acid, and so much more. You just gotta sprinkle it inside your watering can and add it to your plants. It's that easy. Hey, give some a try. Your plants will feel better. Trust me, it's like magic, and it can go a long way. I remember my first plant. Boy, it struggled. But then I added a little Stash Blend, and it worked really good. My plants were so happy. I just went to stashblend.com and I ordered it, and it showed up, and I used it right away. Order your Stash Blend today.
Sweet. That's embarrassing as hell. And now looking back on it, appreciate you guys so much for watching that. We're out of here.
Feels like I'm turning again. There's a lot of things on my chest.